Hey guys, Zach from Blade HQ coming to you from Blade Show 2018, and I'm sitting down with Tops Knives. How's it going?
Going great. How are you?
Good. Glad to have you.
Yeah, of course.
Wonderful.
Glad to be here.
And you got a couple new knives for us.
We do.
Great. Before we jump into that though, I gotta ask, what's this defense dagger thing you got going on here?
This is a pen.
It's a defensive pen.
Yes.
Okay, I like it.
It's good for like writing stuff,
Perfect.
receipts and whatnot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So the pen is mightier than the sword is what you're telling me.
Always.
Great.
Always.
All right.
That's what they say.
What do we got on the table?
Okay, so first up, we got a little guy called the Tundra Trekker.
Yeah, just a nice, compact little guy.
Yeah, so I don't know if you know Leo. I'm sure you've met him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Leo does most of our designs. The ones that he doesn't do, the people that do send, the outside designers, they send him in. He's the one that says, yep, I'm going to take that. No, I'm not going to take that. If something needs fixed, he's the one that fixes it. The guy is a magician. So what he wanted to do was just something kukri-like, but not really a kukri. So he came up with this, the Tundra Trekker. It's got that sweep like a kukri would have. So it's got the forward weight. It's going to chop kind of like a kukri, but it's got a really unique blade profile. It's got saw teeth on the top that are great for notching. We get asked about these all the time. They are actually opposing pitch teeth. So it's like a chainsaw, but if you were going to try to saw through a branch, you're going to be there a while.
Yeah, this is actually something that came up in a video we did.
Okay.
Me and Ben were talking about some of our favorite knives and our like desert island knives.
Yeah.
And I picked a Tom Brown Tracker. That's what I chose.
Yeah.
And he asked me, he's like, "You ever use the saw on that?" I'm like, "No."
No. Yeah.
But and people in the comments were like, "No, it's not. It's for notching, not for actually sawing."
Exactly.
So
tent pegs, traps. Anytime you need something where like you need to tie a rope to something, you can put a quick notch in it with this, and it's going to take you 30 seconds, and it's going to be clean. But you're going to be a while if you're trying to use it as a saw.
All the way through.
So, but he wanted that functionality on there. Plus, it looks cool. We've got green canvas micarta handles, 1095, powder coat on it. So it's kind of the classic Tops finishes.
For sure.
On a really unique design. So this guy we've got coming out later this year. I don't have a release date yet. We've been all over the place this year, so we're getting to things.
Blade HQ fans, they're all pros. They know when we're at the shows, those release dates are fluid.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So yeah, it'll be a while, but it's coming out this year. We finally did get a chance to figure out the sheath on this. We're doing a dangler setup.
Okay.
We'll probably also sell it with a clip as an option. But what we found with El Chete is that almost everybody wants the dangler, not the clip.
Okay.
So with a larger knife like that, it's just nicer. You can sit down without it sticking into your leg.
That makes sense.
It's not a problem when you get in and out of a vehicle, or if you're camping, you're getting up and down. It's a little more usable that way. It's still got the retention strap. This has what's called a pull the dot snap, so it's directional. So it's not meant to come off this way. So as you're walking through the brush and it's catching on things, it's not going to come
pull
off.
it off.
The only way it opens is if you pop up like that.
Cool.
So that one's really cool. I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun.
I really like the design of it, just in general. Just the look and feel, like you said, just kind of a classic Tops knife.
Yeah. All right, so next up, we've got one designed by a guy named Matt Graham. This one's called the Little Bugger. It is thin. This is 3/32 thick, so thinner. It's not even an eighth.
Yeah.
He wanted something that he could take out into the woods that was going to weigh very little, but that was going to have the strength of a fixed blade, and he wanted something really like razor sharp. So we put the Scandi grind on this, our modified Scandi grind. So it's not gonna roll or chip as easy as a standard Scandi, but it's thin. So it is really sharp. He told me that when he took the one that we sent him for him to test, and is this going to be right? He said the first thing he did was take a branch that was about 1.5 inches thick and just cut all the way through it. So, we're happy with it. Came out really good.
Yeah, especially when the designer gets it back and he says, "Yeah, no, I'm happy."
Yeah,
right? That's when you know you did it right.
He's like, "Don't change that knife." So yeah, 1095, really thin blade, pretty thin handles, but it's got a fairly wide handle. So the grip is still pretty comfortable for being such a small knife.
Yeah, you mind if I feel that?
Go for it.
That is nice. Yeah, you can feel it's definitely thin along the spine here, but because this is wider, you do get a pretty good grip on that.
Yep.
And then I'm always a fan of jimping up top,
Yeah.
so I like that a lot, especially with a smaller blade like this.
Right. Light
now-
jimping,
The notch here, is this intentional or is this just?
It's intentional.
It is
yeah.
intentional.
He wanted that to be able to use it for a ferro rod, and also just to add some aesthetics because there's not a lot of it's a pretty simple
For
design.
sure. This is something that we've been noticing on cleaver blades, pocket cleavers. A lot of guys have been putting this notch, and it turns out they were just doing it to do it.
Yeah, just so there's something to catch your eye.
Exactly.
A lot of people do that, and then they come up with a reason later on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you'd be amazed at how
So it
often
is
that
useful,
happens.
but it also makes that line a little bit better.
Exactly.
I like it.
Exactly.
No, see, the only thing I've got a problem with this knife is it's little bugger. You should have went with lil bugger. Just L-I-L.
Yeah,
No, not feeling it,
That's
huh?
not me. No, that's like I hate it when people do that stuff where they spell it wrong, like L-I-T-E. Come
Right.
on.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. So
I like that.
the other thing he wanted out of this was he wanted something that he could clip onto shorts. You know, like the dude's an ultra marathon runner. I mean,
Okay.
nuts. So he wanted something he could put on his shorts and just go, and not like it doesn't have to go on a belt. So the clip on this has a hook on that closes completely.
Okay.
So if you put this on shorts, it's really not coming off. It'll fit on belts nicely as well, but it's got that, you can clip it onto more than just a belt. And so he wanted that out of the sheath, but something that was, thin profile and concealable.
No,
So
that's nice.
He wanted kind of all of that into one little package.
Well, and especially with something that is this thin, that is this light, it's nice that it can go on a short like that. I know a lot of guys, they will wear gym shorts or they'll wear running shorts or whatever, and a lot of them will carry neck knives because they're like, it pulls my pants down or doesn't stay on. But this is a good solution for
If
that.
it's light enough, then you don't have that problem.
Exactly.
Yep. That's
Cool.
what he was looking for. Okay. Last up, we got this guy. So this one, it's called the Operator 7, and it's another Leo design.
This one is really serious.
It is.
The stock on this thing is amazing.
Yeah. So you're looking at this is 5/16 of an inch thick. So it's over a quarter inch. Because of that, we went with 1075.
Okay.
It's hard to get 1095 thicker than a quarter inch. The only difference really between 1075 and 1095 is there's a little bit less carbon. So the edge retention is slightly less, but you gain actually some impact resistance.
Which is nice.
So-
With a blade this big and this heavy duty, you want that impact resistance.
Yeah, exactly. This is something that we expect people to just try to destroy the thing. And
Yeah.
so, it's gonna hold up to some of that extra use. You might have to resharpen it a day or two earlier. The difference in edge retention is very small.
Cool.
So, same differential heat treat that we always do. So harder on the edge, softer on the spine. What I like about this one is the handle's also very thick, so you get that like axe handle type grip on it where it just fills your whole hand. It just feels really solid, really secure. But it's also radiused here and here, so that when you're really up against the handguard, you don't feel the sharp edges.
Okay, so you don't get that hot spot there.
Exactly.
Nice.
So it's nice and rounded. You got your finger choil, so you can choke up for your finer work, things like that. But really, the challenge with this was just kind of let's make something just beastie, and
I think you succeeded.
yeah. And so that's what Leo came up with. So yeah, this one's coming out this month, as is the Little Bugger. They'll both be out here in June. Kydex sheath, again, same kind of thing. It's big and heavy, so the dangler, we like that. We'll probably also make the clip an option for those who want that instead. But for being such a heavy piece, it actually rides really well in this sheath, and the retention is solid as well. We wanted it to be a pretty tight retention.
Oh yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
And you guys can probably hear the engagement on that. It's really good.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So the dangler, is this something that we're going to see more of from Tops with some of these bigger, heavier knives?
I think so, yeah. I mean, we've got it on Nelchete, we're putting it on this, we're putting it on that. And actually, we've had a few people call in and ask for it on normal knives that they've had for a while. They say, you know what, I do, can I put that dangler on a bob, or can I put it on this or that? And we've been able to do that. So
Right on.
it's an option if people get a hold of us. I think we're going to end up, there's a bunch of other knives it'll end up on for sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for your time.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Always a pleasure.
Well, that's all we got from Tops, guys. But that's not all Blade Q has for you. Make sure to check out our Blade Show 2018 playlist here on YouTube. Thanks.